Hello again, this is Lino Tados, and this is part 2 of our original video that shows you how to inject a new implementation for a specific model. And in this video, it's a little bit shorter. I just wanted to show you how to use that in your view itself. So notice we've injected into the news widget a new model that has a new property called my description in part 1. And this is the view, this is the list view. And I would like to be able to add something to this view coming in from my new model that I just created. So let's go ahead and get started. It is actually pretty simple. You will go all the way to the resource package, the Bootstrap 5 MVC views. You will find where your news are. Notice this is the new designer we just created in part 1. But I'm going to open up the built-in list.newslist.cs.html right there. Notice that the model that is being imported is on the content list view model. That's not the model that I've actually overwritten. The new one is called Lino list view model, right? So I cannot actually just go ahead and expect to go anywhere in the code. For instance, let's say I'm going to create a div in here. We'll say, let's create a div. And I cannot come and say model dot and expect to see my description in here. You'll notice this entire list will not have my description because it's still pointing to the original content list view model right there. That means I have to do a little bit of work, not too much, just one liner really, to be able to cast the model to something else. So let me go ahead and start the razor syntax. We'll say add open bracket, and inside of there we'll create a variable, call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it, for instance, news Lino model. Alrighty, you can call it anything you want. And in here we'll say it's equal to a model, but not the regular model. I'm going to actually typecast it as, and we will use our Sitefinity web app dot, and there is the MVC, there is the models, and hopefully we'll see our own, and that is the Lino news view model. That's the one I would like to bring in, put a semicolon in there. And this is, now will bring us a completely different model than the one that was brought in originally. So now instead of saying add model, I can come here and say add news Lino model, that's my variable in here, dot, and hopefully this time I will see the same thing that I saw before on the content list view, but there will be a newer one in here called my description that will be available right there. So I can actually display it right away in my view. Let's save all of this. Let's go ahead and compile it one more time. We'll say build. And I'll get back after this is finished building, and we will show you how we'll be able to use that in the view itself. And voila, notice that the view automatically updated, and it says Lino is here right there, all the way even before it gets into the for each loop all the way at the top. So if I say edit again, and I will come back in here, we'll say this is way cool. And we'll say save, that will change it right away, and he will, this is way cool. So I can definitely get to my new properties right away. I hope this was useful to you, and we'll see you again hopefully very soon on Lino TV. And the next part 3 and final one of this series will be about using the same exact injection, but instead of just being a simple string like my description, we would like to use a selector like a library or image or a page selector, which will require a little bit of tips and tricks to get this happen. We'll see you soon. Thank you.